Yes, we are recording.
Oh, crap.
Oh, nuts. We can't fake record something at the start of the podcast. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Yang Talk, the show that has a theme. I promise we haven't figured it out yet.
The theme is no theme.
Yes. Tell us the theme in the comments.
We'll draft them next week.
And we'll, yes, yeah. Anyway, welcome. I'm Bren.
I'm Tom.
And I'm Brian.
And there's a disembodied voice that sometimes appears named Sarah.
Our producer.
Yes, I'm Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. What are you doing over there? Finally getting ready?
Yeah, I forgot I was actually involved in this today, apparently, and was too busy doing everything else.
Thursdays are a surprise.
Surprise.
So, Sarah, what's going on in your life?
Yes. Tell us, disembodied voice.
Am I just going to be disembodied voice all day? I don't know if I like
maybe.
that. What's going on in my life? I started a new game. We got the Return to Moria game with the dwarves.
I saw you playing that on Steam. I was like, what is this game? And it seems real... Tell me all about it.
It's a whole lot. So you can only play as a dwarf, and the idea is that you are joining Gimli back in Moria after the War of the Ring, essentially. He sends out a call, and there's a whole intro. The guy who plays Gimli actually voiced the character.
Oh.
Yeah,
Cool.
he voiced the character, so you get to hear him talking. And you go and you get trapped inside because there's a cave-in, and it is the ugliest character I have ever played, hands down. To make a female dwarf, you basically just adjust your chest size and
Beard length.
yeah,
Longer
and
beard.
beard
Oh,
length.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because there was some clipping on the beards when I made adjustments, so can't use all of them. And you run around and you're rebuilding Moria, and you fight goblins and goblin men, which I guess are supposed to be Saruman's goblins. And we just found an elfy area, and I was like, cool, I'm going to play an elf now, except now you can only play a dwarf.
Oh.
What type of action is it? Are you third person, first person,
Third
isometric?
person. It's third person. I've got a sword and an axe and a pickaxe, and
Do you have a combat ability tree and then a mining ability tree?
no, there's no skills.
Oh.
Just so there's attack.
It reminds me a lot
And
of
block?
Valheim, but even they have skills. It was on Epic for a year, so it just came off of Epic, and now it's on Steam. It was fine. It was you have light and dark meters for when you're literally in the light or the darkness, and
Don't
then
your eyeballs do that for you?
Yeah.
I can see or I cannot.
and it affects your morale. And so if you're in the darkness too much, you get sad and die. So you can literally die from being in the dark.
Dying from sadness is a real thing. So
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay.
Yeah, especially for dwarves.
Yeah, the dwarves.
You've seen what
impacts-
Moria is like in a video game.
Yeah. Sure. It's pretty. It's a pretty game, except for your characters. The males are definitely the better looking ones. They
Is
give
it
you,
canon? Or was it some fan was I'm going to make a mod style thing for...
It's based off of an appendices where, in the books, Gimli does put out a call, come back, because the Balrog is dead and all
Right.
that. Oh, spoilers for Lord of the Rings,
gosh,
I guess.
Surprise spoilers.
You deserve it if you don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
by this.
at this point,
Unless you were 6 years old.
If you have not seen Lord of the Rings, you shall not pass.
you shall not pass. There are little nods to the Lord of the Ring, the Fellowship being in there, so you can find little oh, they love, this is where they ate food, and this is where they fought the troll and things like that. But it's interesting. I really wanted to play Remnant 2, but I got outvoted by the group. And then I went to bed because I was bored. Not to slander the game. The game was fine. It just wasn't the Souls-like that I wanted to play instead. I did die twice.
To what?
A bat.
How big was this bat in comparison to dwarf?
It was a normal-sized bat.
In comparison to dwarf?
In
Or
comparison to,
us? As humans that exist right here at this
everything
table?
is sort of scaled to you being a dwarf, and they sort of act like as a dwarf you're kind of normal sized, and I mean you're in Moria, so The funniest part though is when you're like jumping because then they're like, don't forget you have short arms and legs, so you just kind of do this like, which no one can see me doing it, but
the disembodied voice made a.
It
was funny.
It's a struggle.
A wiggling motion.
Wiggling motion, yes. You can like make platforms to help you get up to the tall spots because you're.
So it's like Minecraft jumping, put a
Yeah.
block.
Yeah.
It was okay. I liked as a Lord of the Rings fan, I liked the nods, but I wanted to go shoot eldritch creatures, so I was like, I'm here. I'm gonna mine some ore. It's like a combat or survival game
Sure.
with a little combat thrown in. It's a little clunky. I thought it was early access, and it isn't.
I saw the pictures on Steam, and it looked a little suspect. Even on sale, I was like, I don't know, not
That's
for
tough.
like 25 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
That's a $5 to $10 game based on graphics, using my extreme judgments of click, 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 no thanks.
Yeah, maybe I'll share the picture of my female dwarf when she had like the full beard because I was cracking up over the fact that it was clipping really badly on the chest. I was like, how am I gonna be a dwarf without a beard? I made it work. There's like short little curly beard.
Okay.
These are the important questions that science can answer.
Yeah.
It's very important that I had a beard. I was like, none of these are really great, but the faces aren't either, so it covered up kind of the ugly face. It's an ugly
That's
character.
why I grew one.
Ugly character.
Same.
I just look like a 12-year-old without it, so it's like.
Oh
the
yeah, I
beard's
guess you
kinda
guys all do
necessary.
have beards.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like a Civil War photo.
Yes.
I'm too lazy to shave. It just
Yeah,
keeps coming.
that's-
It
yeah.
keeps coming back. So
Same
I
with
was
the
like,
haircut. It's like I'll get one eventually. I just
Hey, me too.
Are we all the same person?
Dang it.
Oh no! How did this happen?
Yeah. So yeah, new game. Get excited for Remnant 2's final DLC. We finally beat the end game boss on that. That was fun. That's a hard game. I was trying to pitch Tom on playing it with me and got told that Tom doesn't like Souls-likes.
I don't, but I might play it with you anyways.
It's fun.
It's kind of Souls-like in that it's hard.
It is hard.
It's got guns. That's a lot not Souls-like.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of different
I was telling her
classes and,
yesterday,
like,
it reminds
team
me when we used to play Outlanders. Or
It's-
whatever.
Outriders.
Outriders, that's the one.
I played Outriders. It feels like a hard version of Outriders.
Similar.
You go on little missions. You go fight a boss. You go through a dungeon. You have different classes with different abilities.
I could see that. There's it doesn't have like the biotics or whatever the psionic like
Yeah.
the hand pew-pews. I always call it biotics because it reminds me of Mass Effect.
Mass Effect, yeah.
So I like those games.
Cool.
That's I kind of just work and play video games. I'm kind of boring.
I think you're about to get 3 more speeches about playing video games and working.
Says you.
Tom, what video games and work did you do this week?
I actually have an interesting update circa our last episode. I guess not our last, the previous episode where we talked about albums. One of my white whales has always been tracking down. There's a like bizarre special edition album version of Songs for the Deaf that I've been hunting for years, and I finally got it. It's arriving tomorrow. I'm so excited.
And what album is that? Sorry.
Songs for the Deaf by Queens of the Stone Age.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about that a little
Yes.
bit on that episode. Yeah.
Yes, that was one of the ones he drafted.
Yeah, so I'm very excited about that. Other than that, I finished True Detective Night Country recently, which Sarah and I have been
Oh.
talking about.
I've only seen the first season of True Detective.
That's the best one.
Same.
3 and 4 are very good.
Okay.
One
None
day.
of them are as good as the first
Correct.
one.
I said they were very good.
3, it would definitely be 1, 3, 4 for me.
Yeah, same.
2 doesn't even.
1, 3, 4 is the order I take them into.
2 gets the big thumbs down.
Yeah.
Oh, darn.
So are you going to listen to that vinyl or?
Oh yeah. No, I
Hang
listen
it
to all
up.
my vinyls. Yeah. I'm like a small time vinyl collector. This is like Cass and I's secret hobby.
It's not a secret anymore.
Yeah, I know I blew it up, but that's
It's
okay.
on the internet forever.
That's okay. Now that I got this last record I needed, everyone can know.
The secret's out. Tom has vinyl.
Yeah, and it's the entire Eras tour. It's folklore. It's
Like, wait. what era is
1989.
Taylor Swift.
It's I collect Taylor Swift albums.
Okay, I
Okay.
thought that's what but I did also stop listening for a minute. So.
No, I did too. That's
Man.
fine.
Sorry.
Okay.
I was thinking about. I was off in Moria
Yeah,
in my head.
with the dwarves.
I was looking at the
Not my beard.
I was looking at the computer lag a little bit, or the camera lag a little bit.
Oh
It's
no!
fine now.
FPS check.
Oh gosh.
So, Brown, what's new with you?
Say me or Bren?
Either one of you.
I'll go. Hi everyone. I've been playing video games and working this week, much like everyone except for Tom.
What are you playing?
I have been playing Fortnite with my D&D group because one of my players has been playing for maybe a year now, and she has slowly been getting us all to play, and now we all play. So it's like 6 of us that kind of like rotate in and out.
I thought you were going to say it's like a sickness. That
Oh,
slowly
it
it's like
is
infecting the group.
because they have it set up that every day at 8 p.m. is when they get the new stuff. So it's like your brain is trained to be like, at 8 p.m. I should check to see just what's there. What,
Marketing
like,
has got you good.
Spider-Man or like
Goku.
Witcher stuff was added yesterday. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was added yesterday. It's just John. I have John Wick.
Goku.
I have Goku. Yeah, it's everyone.
This is stuff you pay for
You can. Yeah,
that you have paid for.
I have paid for it. Yeah. The
Trying to
current
avoid that one. No.
the current skin I'm using is King Midas, where the more kills you get, the more his skin turns to gold, which is just really cool. And then when I'm not
if you're
playing,
good at it.
I am pretty good at it. Actually, what I've been playing when I haven't been playing with other people is Persona 3 Reloaded, which I forgot
choice.
came out and it was on sale. So I've been playing that.
I'm more of
love
a
this game.
4 fan, but 3 is
Oh,
excellent.
5 Royal is my favorite Persona game for sure.
4 is the best
I've been
one.
liking this one.
I don't know this game.
Japanese RPG that's like Pokemon but edgier with a lot of
I know
emphasis
why.
on story.
Yeah, it's made by the famous Japanese game company Atlas, who make like all the famous JRPGs.
They make a ton of them.
Yeah.
Shin Megami Tensei.
Persona. They make more than that.
This is
Other
definitely
ones.
not a genre.
Operation
I
Darkness.
Play.
Was it Ogre Battle
Oh
64?
yeah, Tactics Ogre,
Tactics,
Tactics
yeah.
Ogre.
which I had to track down recently, and that was expensive.
So yeah, I've been playing that and then working.
I'm working.
As a store, we bought a lot of Magic cards this week, so check it out at theendgames.co.
I think it's right.
There.
It runs across.
Because we're too cool for the M. I don't...
The Vanna
It's-
Whiting is.
It's there,
It's
I
there.
promise.
You guys are great.
Yeah, check out our website. We've got Magic cards and other things.
Sweet.
That was our
Are you
ad.
done?
Yes, I'm done.
Cool. Life updates. I got a new AC unit, inside and out. Real annoying purchase, but my house is cool again. So
Yeah, you need it.
had to spend about 6-7 hours watching guys work in my house on Monday, and it broke or got fixed right in time because this week has been back to 90-something degrees.
Yeah, it's been
and it
miserable.
was
Real
like in the
hot.
70s last week, so I could keep the windows open. It was just living fine. Now it's almost too cold at night. I'm like, golly, this thing is efficient and working well, and it's not noisy.
Yeah.
I had to turn this back up. And other than that, I've done the most shameful thing a human can do. I've started playing World of Warcraft again.
Oh, nuts.
Yeah, which made a boo
Nerd.
drop.
I'm not playing super hardcore, but it's fun to dust off an old character. I mean, I've been playing since 2004. I play super casually now, unlike Kristen, who's very good at the game. So, yeah, fun running around as a demon hunter.
How do you be really good at that game?
She has the Spectral Tiger mount.
You can be good at World of Warcraft.
I don't know what that
Pay
means.
attention to
Is
stuff,
that- is
press
that
your
a
buttons in the right
mechanical
order,
vehicle?
try hard, get your
No,
gear
but
good.
it's worth like a ridiculous amount of money.
There's PvP in that. People can be real good at that.
Okay.
You got 9,000 abilities. You got to know when to use them and what to use them on. And
Know when to hold them. Know when to
Yes.
fold them.
other than that, I started watching Frasier again.
Ooh.
Just because
Good choice,
we've been
Niles.
talking about it, and then turned it on to go to sleep. I was like, you know what? I don't mind if I do.
Yeah.
Starfire, season 1, episode 1. We're back in. Yeah. Oh, the AC unit. I'm measuring things in Honda Odysseys. I don't know if
Oh my
it's like
god.
a very American system. I was like,
Well, actually, I
I
think
was complaining about how expensive it was. And I was like, that's like 2 used Honda Odysseys to buy this thing.
Oh
And
my
Kristen was
God. Oh
like,
my
you cannot start
God.
measuring things in Honda Odysseys. And I was like, I have to bring that to the table. I'm going to start, much like a checker, Tom, that we used
Yep.
to do. It's going to be a unit of measurement from now on.
we need to start a GoFundMe to get
is
a
it-
Honda Odyssey.
Is it just for prices, or is it like, oh, that's about 2 Honda Odysseys in length?
You could do that
Or
too,
it's like-
however you want. Weight, length.
Oh man, that Jeep's
weight.
about a Honda Odyssey and a half tall. Like,
what's the, It's the storage unit on the cubic
Yeah,
feet.
yeah. Is it like the amount of volume inside the Honda? Oh, okay, so it's like a cubic.
It's about as
measurement.
fast as a Honda Odyssey, I would say. Yeah.
It's really about 7/8
I
of a
just wanted
Honda
to talk
Odyssey.
about Honda Odysseys. My dream car.
Yeah, no, we should need to start a Patreon for that.
Oh my god.
Get Brian a van.
Get in the comments about
Yeah.
Brian's Honda Odyssey.
We will podcast from the van.
Yes, that is
If
Tom's
anybody
big
comes to-
pitch for this.
Real talk.
Yeah,
Hey, if you got a used Honda Odyssey, send me a link. I'll take a look.
Captain's chairs are a must.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh my god, with the Honda Odyssey. At least once a day it comes up, just in case everybody really wanted to know about that.
Honda Odysseys, Whoppers.
Think how many Whoppers you could fit in a Honda Odyssey.
Ooh,
that's
I
a
don't know
lot.
if
What
anybody can do that math.
That's like a word problem you have to figure out.
Yeah. It's like an old math
If
problem.
Sally
Yep.
is driving a Honda Odyssey towards a burger
At
King.
27 miles an hour.
And there are 37 fresh Whoppers on the grill.
Right. How long?
The answer is incorrect because there's no such thing as a fresh Whopper.
Oh, man.
All right. Well,
Great.
So, yeah, we've got a draft today
Yep.
that we're going to be doing like we've been doing on recent
Exciting.
episodes. We watched a movie.
Yep.
Movie was pretty good
Yep.
that we're going to talk about. And I think that's it for our schedule today. Do we
Let's
want to do
draft.
draft or movie first?
let's start with the movie.
Oh, you want to move
Okay.
first?
We'll
Already?
start with a movie about vehicles.
Yes.
And then we'll move into a draft
About vehicles. This is our vehicle draft. Honda Odyssey time.
So we all watch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Are there any Honda
He's a
Odysseys
liar.
in the hit movie Mad Max Fury Road?
Yes, actually. Interesting story.
Let's hear that story.
Oh, no.
Oh,
The War Rig is actually a Honda Odyssey on the inside.
Bren, you want to walk us through the plot?
Oh, there's cars, and
It's Australia.
sometimes they blow up, and sometimes they almost blow up, and there's a lot of punching and shooting. I think plot is kind of secondary to this movie. If you go into it and you're like, wow, I need the most like detailed plot imaginable, this is not the movie, I don't think. But if you're like, I want to see really cool car chase scenes with like explosions and like really realistic CGI sandstorms and like really cool like atmosphere, I think this is the movie. This movie's is one of my favorites for that. For plot, it's not really there for me because it's just like generic. Like let's car chase around a desert and blow stuff up.
Did we say the title already?
Oh, Mad Max Fury Road is the movie.
Oh, that's right.
I was just
Because
like,
he said planes, trains, and automobiles,
Right.
and then we started talking about blowing things up.
Yes, that is the plot for Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
I don't know if we watched the same movie. Mine had John Candy in it.
Yeah. And Steve Martin, is it?
John Candy, witness me.
That would work so much better with Uncle Buck.
As he eats that steak.
Oh, gosh.
He's got the big pizza paddle.
So, I'd seen this movie once before when it like first came out and I fell asleep watching it this time, and I wasn't even really tired.
Wow.
It was the plot for me was, since I knew what the action was, it wasn't like as engrossing as it was the first time, and the plot was just a nothing burger of drive straight, escape from killers,
Right.
get to the end. Oh no, this isn't what we thought. Turn around and go back.
Yeah.
But when it came out, I remember it was nobody could stop talking about this movie. It's pretty intense. Got guys on poles slinging over to cars and lots of flames. A guy with a guitar who rides a car.
Yes. The flaming
guitar car?
guitar. Yeah.
I think the character name is Doof.
Doof. Sounds about right.
There's
Which
a
is
whole, he's got a whole
Oddly
backstory
similar to his
for him.
actual name.
Is it Doof?
I don't know, but he's got
It's
like
like
one word name
Iota
too.
or
Yeah.
something.
Oh.
He's actually like a guitarist. He like plays for real, and that's how he got the role.
He's in one of Cass's bands that he likes.
Oh.
Yeah. Do we want to talk about who was in it?
Tom Hardy,
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy is in
who we
it.
love.
Who we love.
Charlize Theron was in it. Nicholas Hoult is in it.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Who is our connecting actor from Gods of Egypt?
That was Cheetah the Fragile, played by
Oh, yeah, Zoe-
Courtney Eaton.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
you're right.
She
One of
also
the
played Zaya,
maidens?
one of the wives.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Who are also Riley Keough, which is Elvis Presley's granddaughter,
Oh,
I think, and
The daughter of his
Lisa
daughter?
Marie.
Yeah, Lisa Marie. Thank you. That's the name I was
With
trying to
Michael
get.
Jackson? Didn't they have a kid?
I think
Lisa Marie Presley and Michael
Yeah, I
Jackson
think
were
that's
together
her.
way back in the day. Is that their child?
I think so.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Look, man, I just like Thriller.
I know it wasn't Bubbles.
And Morton Joe is in
Sure?
this movie.
Yeah, Morton Joe, the actor who played
in fact-
him, played Toe Cutter, the original villain in the first Mad Max.
And it was his last movie.
Yes,
He-
because
he
he's
died a
not
few
in the
later.
sequel.
Oh,
died.
I didn't realize that it wasn't the same actor.
Many of the actors are not the same guy in the sequel.
I didn't realize that.
Many, a shocking number, had died.
Because I think we all have seen Furiosa.
Nope.
Well, some of us have seen Furiosa.
I started
as well.
watching it right after.
I watched
'cause
it.
I woke up
Oh my
halfway through the movie. I
goodness.
was like, I don't think I missed much. I've seen this before. And then
Yeah.
I tried to roll right into Furiosa, but 20 minutes in, I turned it off.
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
to watch Furiosa to convince myself to watch Mad Max.
Yeah.
I did not because I didn't want to skip out on the first movie, which is what we were supposed
Correct.
to watch, and start talking about the second movie.
What did you think about the movie?
I love Fury Road. It's one of my favorite Mad Maxes, and which was a lot of why I picked it. I appreciate that as Charlize Theron has gotten older, she's been like, I don't want to be a pretty face. I'm going to do all these action movies instead. And so she's kind of taken this like strong roles. I also love how much of a like hateful set it was. Apparently, she and Tom Hardy did not get along, and everybody had to put up with that. And there's been a lot of stuff since then where they talk about how they were just jerks, and they were jerks to each other, and they were jerks to everybody else, and how bad they feel about that. And
Hold on, guys.
Please
Yeah,
don't.
you also failed to mention that that might just be like a consequence of living in Australia for a while. Like,
or they're like in the desert, and like a lot of it's like practical, and
also, for a movie set in Australia, not a single kangaroo or koala.
so there's a whole bit about they were going to film in Australia, and then for the first time in like, I don't know, decades, there were torrential downpours, and everywhere that they were going to film was like full of lush green, like
Wow.
it bloomed, and there was it was beautiful, but obviously that defeated the whole point of the movie. So they were like, all right, let's go to Africa to the desert.
Back to Tunisia.
This is the first time in history that Australia's been too pretty to film something there.
Literally, yes. Yeah, I love this movie. I have watched it many times. I probably will eventually watch the sequel to it, but
I mean,
I'm not in a
it's
rush
good.
for
okay.
it.
It's fine.
Chris Hemsworth's in it.
I love Chris Hemsworth in that movie.
I do
I
not.
have heard good things about that.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that good.
He's weird and zany, and it's just like on character the whole time. And I that was there for me for sure. It wasn't there for Tom.
No, I'm an Anna Joy Taylor fan.
And I thought that part of the movie for me was kind of medium. And you really liked
Yes,
her
I liked her
for-
portrayal of Furiosa.
You guys are different people.
Whoa.
We are a podcast of
Whoa.
contrast.
But yeah, Mad Max, it's great. If you haven't seen it, it's definitely like one of those theater experiences for me. It was like I remember watching it in the
Yeah.
theater, and like the sound quality and like the explosions. It's like it felt
Yeah.
I
like
think that
visceral.
might be necessary for this movie for
Yeah.
first viewing. Like, it's got to be loud and
Yeah.
big and
Yeah.
insane.
We
Yep.
saw it in IMAX, so it was like
Yep.
full on. Like people were getting up and leaving because it was making them sick, kind of stuff. But
Hmm.
so it was like a whole thrill there. I like cars, so anything that has a bunch of old cars just like rampaging around is right up my alley.
I also like cars, and that's the part I hated about the movie the most, is how unrealistic and stupid
It's like
they
you two
were.
are two different people.
Different opinions.
Where are you guys getting rubber for tires in this
Yes.
apocalyptic wasteland? Where about all this fuel that you're worried about?
Well, the people
that's
died.
wasted by making the most inefficient engines of all time.
And it's funny because one of the other warlords is just like, we've wasted so much gas doing
people eater.
this. Yeah, so
It's
that's
like
the ledger
double
man.
supercharged, double V8s. Like, okay, that thing gets 30 miles to like an eighth of a tank.
yeah.
Or eighth of a
Isn't-
gallon.
They've all
Isn't the
got,
War
like-
Rig
Oh,
two
actually, that's
V12s?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
ridiculous.
it's got
Yeah.
2 engines. Yeah. Then they rip a supercharger
And-
off of one and it keeps running just like
Yeah.
a little worse. Like, no, it would just break.
Yeah.
Did that happen to you once,
I know,
Brian?
suspension of disbelief. Like, gotta let it go. Was like,
As in a car suspension?
yes. Speaking of that, the tank tread guy had it right.
He's the bullet farmer.
Yeah.
I did like that they did primarily practical effects. They limited CGI mostly to like environmental stuff. So like a lot of the stuff you're seeing, like the war rig getting flipped, they had somebody literally doing that. In fact, they thought that the stunt guy who did it got hurt because they were seeing Nicholas Holt's like dummy that they had strapped in, so you'd see like someone flying off. They thought that was him and that he'd gotten legitimately messed up, and they had to like go and dig him out. And we're like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" He's like, "Yeah, this is what you pay me to do."
What was your favorite part of the movie? For anyone.
All right, I have a really stupid one, but for me, it's how well casted Tom Hardy's stunt double was, because he's like almost recognizable between the two of them.
So specific, but
Yeah,
yeah.
well, yeah.
No. Ryan?
I guess the scene where they're in the dark and the old guy gets his eyes blasted out after they shoot his light, and he just kind of starts shooting into the nowhere. And
Yeah.
but they're using the balancing the sniper rifle on Tom Hardy's shoulder is like kind of actual sniper stuff.
Oh yeah, where she tells them like don't breathe and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah, I liked how they made a point of making her like a sharpshooter. Like she does that scene earlier on where she knocks them off the motorcycle as well.
The blood bag thing was kind of an interesting addition. Like, yeah, we couldn't just drain his blood and put it in something. We'll just keep him alive and strap
Yeah.
him to the come here, dummy. Didn't really work out for them in the end.
Right. Everything changed when Charlize Theron attacked.
Yeah, I think Bill Murray knew that too.
What was the place they're heading to?
Or the
in
green
this
place.
movie?
The green place of
Yeah.
many mothers. I did
There
like.
is no war in the green place.
I like how.
Right, Bossing say, yeah. I got it. It took me a moment. It's like, oh, yes. Another Avatar reference.
Look cabbages.
I like how they made that. The resolution ended up being, like they turn around because the green place of many mothers is just ruined. And they're like, you passed it already. And they're like, oh, and it's just this horrible, horrible, creepy, like burnt out, swampy, full of weirdo crows in it.
Turn around, go back. We're just going to go kill the guy instead.
Yep.
There's murder. There's cars.
There's water.
Explosions. There's very little water, but there is some.
No, but in the scenes that there is water, there's generally a lot of it.
Oh, sure. Yeah, watch it if you haven't seen it. Preferably with like surround sound and like cool big screen.
It's definitely worth a watch.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. They had some other. Oh, originally when they first were planning this, right? They were going to have Mel Gibson come back and have Meryl Streep, I think, play Furiosa at Mel Gibson's recommendation.
Oh.
Admittedly, this was like 20 years before it actually came out, and then
That makes more sense.
and then he went and did like the other like Happy Feet or whatever it was called, and had to come back to it. And at that point, Mel Gibson had made himself untouchable, and he was like, "We're actually gonna go with like a younger actor," and that's how Tom Hardy got roped into it.
A much better choice.
Yeah, I think he did a good job playing a character that was essentially once Mel Gibson's character and things like that. So
Fairly one-dimensional dude.
Yeah.
I'm trying to survive.
Supposedly, we're going to get 2 more movies that are going to tell the story of Max.
he did sign on to do
gosh.
3 total, counting Fury Road, and they're working on the sequel, which is technically a prequel. It's like supposed to be the year before Furiosa, but on Max, and like it's not going to have too much of. They might have like cameos like they did in Furiosa, but like not a lot of crossover there. The idea is like he's moved on, or this is before these, so we don't see them, things like that. So I saw that they did 470 hours of filming, and they had to go through each of it. It took 3 months to actually go through all the filming and cut it together.
Yeah, did you read about like who did the editing of it?
Someone who hadn't ever done it before,
Yeah.
and then won
Yeah,
an
it's a
Oscar
woman.
for it.
Yeah. And she had never done hated action movies, and this is her
Isn't it
first
the
action movie.
director's wife?
Yeah, I think it
I
is,
think
but
so.
I didn't remember that for certain, so I didn't want to say it.
Nepotism.
Hey, that's one of the things that Cass was like, oh, by the way, did you know this? I was like, okay, because this is
Yeah.
one of Cass's favorite films.
Cass
So
loves this.
he was, yeah.
Didn't he come in to give us a
Yep,
if you have questions, ask me?
he is real life Immortan Joe.
He also provided us with the draft this week when we get to that.
He did.
Yep.
Anything else about Fury Road?
Oh, I thought it was a fine movie.
A
It's good.
callback to the Forbidden episode. It came out the same year as the movie we watched for the Forbidden episode, and Tom Hardy was up for Oscars on both sides. And it is the only Mad Max that has ever won an Oscar, and they won like 6 or something crazy like that. So
Who won
more
Best
than I
Actor
have.
that year?
I think
In Revenant?
Leo did
Yeah.
Leo.
That was
from
The Revenant.
The Revenant from
Yeah.
our Forbidden
Yeah,
episode.
that's right.
Forbidden Season.
The Forbidden, yeah.
The Forbidden Season. Yeah.
We figured it out. We'll have 2 listenable episodes.
Yeah, there we go. We did it.
Constantly reference episodes people can't listen to.
Yeah,
little
remember
teasers
when
there.
we talked about?
Now, if you subscribe to the Patreon, you can.
Oh,
We'll figure out a transcript
comments if you
Just
want us
just
to have a
re-record
Patreon,
it.
I guess. Tom, you have the next movie.
Yes, and I picked a movie that it's fitting for our final of the season. We're gonna have a lot to talk about it, so we'll have to be very disciplined on that episode. It's a movie that I told Sarah what it was ahead of time because I needed her help with deciding, and it's a movie we both love, and we're following Richard Carter, who is the Bullitt farmer,
Okay.
and we are going to 2013's The Great Gatsby by Baz Luhrmann.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Who does he play in that one? Do you remember?
Ooh, I don't remember. Oh, he plays the guy that
He
they
plays
meet
the
at
bullet farmer.
the dance club. God, what's his name? He plays
That's a
Gatsby's
crossover.
money man.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Rich people in Mad Max,
Herzog or
rich
something
people
like that?
in The Great Gatsby.
Herzog.
They're
Yeah.
kind of the same.
How long is this movie?
I don't know.
Do you really?
I
Want
don't
another-
think it's 3.
It's not 3.
It's not
Yeah.
3.
It's probably over 2 though.
I have not seen this rendition of The Great Gatsby.
This is my favorite rendition of The Great Gatsby,
I've
even though it
seen-
takes quite some liberties with it.
The one with
Robert Redford,
Robert
the
Redford.
classic one. Yep.
And I've read the book, so I'm
And
curious to see.
ironically, we are doing kind of a full circle with our Tom Hardy to Leonardo DiCaprio
Yep.
bounce,
Right.
Yeah, we've come full
both
circle.
ending and beginning
Yeah.
of the Forbidden.
We better
season.
have that meme ready for when we just do that episode.
Oh, yes, I love that meme.
2 hours 23 minutes.
It's easy. Could do that
Yeah,
in an afternoon.
You sleep a little bit, you'll be done with the first hour in no time.
It's going to be a good nap.
All right, so we're watching Great Gatsby
Yes.
to round out our season here.
Yep.
All right, you guys ready to do some drafting?
Oh God, I was born ready to draft.
All
Born
right,
to draft,
We
forced
have
to
our
work.
diabolical D20 to determine
Oh,
who goes
I feel
first.
like
Well,
So
first
we
we probably
are-
should say what the
Get up
draft
and roll
is.
it on the floor.
Cass, because it's one of his favorite films, we were like, we need an idea for draft this week. So we let Cass decide. Cass is our inventory manager here at the shop. And he chose best vehicles in movies. And then as time went on, we had some like clarifying statements. So best mechanical vehicle
Yes.
in a movie, not TV show or video games. So no Falcors and no Normandy spaceships, which would have been on my list. So we're going to be doing best
We
mechanical
just got to make that
vehicles.
Mass Effect movie.
There was an animated movie, but I'm not counting it because it wasn't great. So
it counts. It doesn't matter if it's good or
It-
not.
No,
Too late now.
Normandy does not count in that
Well,
movie.
Bren's also done both his honorable mentions now.
Oh well, they're not even. I have honorable mentions outside of that because after trying to fight for video games and TV shows, I came up with a list of like 11-ish that I hope you guys don't pick, because then I'll be sad.
All
Don't
right, well,
hurt my feelings.
Let us commence with the dice rolling, shall we?
Yes, we
I'm
have
gonna let
the
him too.
worst D20 in the world.
Oh my god.
To decide.
genuinely afraid
Now
for
available
you.
at the end games. It's got eyes that follow you around. The endgames.co, because we're too cool for the M. It's got eyes that follow you around, and because of the way the water works, it like the eyes moves slightly after you roll it, and it's terrifying. So I'm gonna roll.
Get ready for the clunk.
Nat 20. Let's go.
What a roll.
Well, I'm going last.
Nat 1. Let's
A
go.
1, 2, 2. I tried to game the system and I paid for it. Karma is
A
real.
14. Sarah.
Roll under a 14 to make this nice and easy.
Oh
I
God.
hear that clank.
18, let's go.
All right, so Bren, Sarah,
Me.
Tom.
Yeah, they
me.
do.
I get the double pick though.
Mm-hmm.
Take
Two.
that.
And we're doing 4 picks,
Yes.
picks.
and then we can talk about honorable mention after.
Yes.
So the brownie point thing that we win at the end of this is your respect and admiration at home. So let us know how we did at the end of this.
The winner
so
gets
that,
a free Whopper on Brian.
ooh,
You have to eat it.
Bet. Is
And he
chicken
will
fries
also
still a
eat it
thing?
for
I don't
you.
go to Burger King that often. Do they still have chicken fries?
Yes.
Chicken fries? I don't think so.
Oh,
Moog went and got
nuts.
them the other day and was disappointed.
Strange.
I think that's Burger King's motto.
Never would have guessed.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, my pick, and the only correct choice for first overall pick, is the NCC 1701E Starship
Boo.
Enterprise.
I'll take it off my list.
I knew that was coming from you.
The C was the better choice.
I love Next Generation. It's one of my favorite TV shows of all time. And spoilers, they made a couple movies.
I was thinking, man, it's a staying show.
I'm going to choose Star Trek Nemesis just because it has
Tom
Hardy
As-
as the villain. I don't remember the
And he
villain's
wears a
name.
hat.
He's like the clone. Or
He's a
what?
clone of Picard. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's evil looking.
But he's
That's
evil.
right. Because
But-
I remember being very confused that he was the clone of Picard.
Yeah.
Because they look so
both British.
much alike.
Well, the hilarious thing is that in this Star Trek, they established the rule that the evil clone always has a beard, and then just forgot about it for this movie.
Right. Because we've
Wait,
had
what?
evil
Yeah, there was a-
Picard with a beard.
And there was Evil Riker.
Yeah.
And Evil Riker didn't have a beard.
Yeah.
Or no, he did have a beard. That's right. He had a beard, and yeah.
What about Evil Data?
You mean Lore?
Yeah, does Lore have
this
a beard?
is why.
Well, no, because he's not a clone. He's a previous model.
Is his
This is
brother.
why I don't like Star Trek.
So, and that's why I get to pick the NCC 1701-E Starship Enterprise.
Number one.
From Star Trek Nemesis. Yes. Engage.
All right, Sarah. What's
All
your
right.
round one, pick one?
My round one pick is the Bullitt Mustang from Steve McQueen, or from the Steve McQueen movie Bullitt. It's a 1968 GT390 fastback, and it is,
Take it off my list.
and it was what launched my love for Mustangs, especially fastbacks.
It did it for many, many folks. It is an iconic movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was the first year that they introduced the fastback as well, so that really was what set the separation between fastbacks and coupes off and all that.
And they jumped it over a hill.
And they jumped it over hill.
I have not seen this movie.
In
It's
fact,
classic.
because I went back down this hole, they were talking about how the bad guy's car is like a Charger, I want to say, and there's always this big argument about the fact that like the Charger
It's a more powerful car.
is more powerful and would absolutely have outdriven and caught up with the Mustang, but because it was the bad guy car, they had to go slower because they were chasing him, and so they kept having to like ease off the gas and like hit the brakes, and they kept having to redo the scenes so it would not look like they were catching up.
Oh,
He's getting away. Never mind. We got it.
no, he's not.
Movie over.
Oh, man. We just
Hey, boss,
missed
yeah,
it.
we caught him.
What? Uncatch him.
So, yep, that's my first one.
Bullet Mustang. Time.
All right, I'm going to use my first round pick for a wacky one to open this up a little. I'm going to pick the Eagle 5 from Spaceballs, which is Lone Star ship.
The like RV.
Yeah, the Space Winnebago.
Space Winnebago. Yeah.
Well, you are going to laugh at my pick then.
Oh, Millennium Falcon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody picked
It fell
spaceships
to
but
number
me.
4.
I can't believe it. Millennium Falcon is the ultimate space hot rod.
It's so good.
Which obviously the Eagle 5 is making fun of.
I'm actually a fan of the Outrider, to be fair.
It's, in the lore, the Falcon has just been the thing forever.
Yeah.
Ironically, I didn't end up picking any spaceships. I thought I was going to, and then I didn't.
I had to start picking actual vehicles again.
I have
Like,
more spaceships on my
real life.
list.
Yeah.
So,
So this could have been two separate drafts.
yeah.
Yeah.
One of your favorite spaceships.
I can't wait for best trains and movies.
Ooh, there we go. I'll pick up planes, trains, and automobies.
Ooh, what
like the
engine
movie
is
we
that? You're
watched
gonna have to.
Thomas the Tank Engine.
It's a P12. It's a P12 diesel
right.
electric.
What's
I
your
have
next
one I really like, but I don't think any of you will pick it, so I can save it to last. So I'm going to go with the Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, good choice.
They made movies of this show.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Razors and the plan.
The same like asterisk that's on mine.
It's a
I have a few
it's
like
a
that.
vehicle that is also the setting of the show,
Yeah.
which is in it's like a character in and of itself by just the way it's designed and how they use it as a plot device. So I'll take that.
All right.
Bram.
Oh, is it me again?
No, it's Tom.
No, it's me
No,
again.
it's Tom.
The
Yeah, all right.
Eagle 4.
I'll take Okay, I'm gonna take one that, like Brian's, is from a movie that where it is sort of a character in and of itself into the movie, and that is the 1979 Chevy Monte Carlo from Training Day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to pick a different 70s vehicle.
Nope. I still might. If it's the one you're thinking of, it's still on my list.
We will find out in honorable mentions, perhaps.
No, I might get to it. It's pretty high on my list. But I'm also trying to just shake it up the draft a little.
It's 106 miles to Chicago.
No, I didn't pick that one, but that would have been a good choice. Got cop suspension, cop brakes, cop engine.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
So, what do you like about this Training Day Monte Carlo?
It's a cool car, and it's sort of an extension of Denzel Washington's character. He's supposed to be this cool cop that you're supposed to be overwhelmed by just his slick maneuvering, so you don't notice the terrible corruption going on in the background. And part of that is they don't go to the office; they meet at his sweet ride wherever he is.
Yeah, it is his office. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got hydraulics and stuff in it.
I feel that. Sarah, pick two.
What? Oh, your second pick. Don't pick two
yes.
vehicles
Pick number 2.
unless you want to. I mean, we can do whatever.
What's something the matter?
I don't like your
The
face.
camera is lagging really badly
Oh.
today. I don't know why. It's just angry.
Well, hopefully you
the
can
top
hear
of your
us.
guys' head keeps shooting over.
I need that.
Well,
It'll be
Well,
great.
okay.
We'll just skip video
we're
entirely
we're
from
just
this.
doing this the
Whoa.
whole time. You guys didn't notice.
Sarah.
Right, my second pick. My second pick is going to be the Mirthmobile from Wayne's World.
Party on, dude.
Party on.
The Mirthmobile. Is that little hatchback?
Yep, with the flames and all that.
What kind of vehicle is that?
It is a 1967 AMC Pacer.
Let's say
Oh,
Would
what
you
a
say
terrible
it's
car.
a queen of a vehicle?
Oh.
It's a queen of a vehicle.
If you guys don't know the history
Reference.
of AMC, the American Motor Car Company, you guys should look it up. It's pretty hilarious.
It's they didn't do well for themselves.
No, it's amazing that the American Movie Channel dared to take AMC as an initials.
Surprised there's not another AMC car already been chosen.
They were they had a good time.
They tried.
Yeah, John DeLorean had a good time, okay? They didn't have a good time.
Speaking of DeLoreans, is that your next pick?
Never.
Bren?
No, because
Is it on the list?
It is.
You're going to have to
It
get up to
is.
88 miles an hour to read it?
Can we go two
Oh,
AMCs
man.
back to back
Yeah, but I can go back in time though.
and change your pick?
I can change my pick. No, I'm gonna pick the Aston Martin DB5, the James Bond car.
We were just watching that scene
Yeah.
yesterday with them cutting it in half.
With the machine guns behind the
No,
headlights?
the DB5 is the one in The World Is Not Enough.
They literally
Saw
cut
it in half with the
with
helicopter saws.
The helo saw.
It's a really cool spy car. It is kind of like the spy car.
Yeah.
And I really like James Bond.
Yeah, so an interesting
even with
story.
all of its problems. So
An interesting story about that car specifically is that when they filmed the movie, it was a concept car. It wasn't actually in production yet. And they were like, yeah, we want to saw it in half with helicopter blades. And Aston Martin was like, no. So they had to build a replica to saw in half.
The best part of that is the way he just casually gets out of the
Yeah.
car as the saw is cutting through it. He's just like, "We can just open
Well,
this door and
More important,
step out."
how did a helicopter with 1,000 saws going on it sneak up on him?
Fair point.
It sounds like a James Bond film to me.
Good soundproofing.
Good soundproofing. All right, what's your second one?
my second pick, it's my second pick in a row, my third pick overall.
Yes.
Is a ship that I don't think you guys would pick, and I have to pick at least a pirate ship. But this one is the RLS Legacy from Treasure Planet. It's the space pirate ship from Treasure Planet.
Good choice.
I don't know if you guys have seen Treasure Planet. It's one of those Disney movies that kind of gets forgotten about.
Is it Disney?
yeah, it's in
yes.
Lorcana.
It's exactly. It was it's during that time with this and Atlantis that people kind of forget
the
that
good
Disney
era.
movies were a thing. So much so that they stopped making movies like this and went straight to 3D animation after this because they're 2D animation movies don't happen or don't make money anymore. But it's still one of my favorites. I almost
good.
picked something from Atlantis, but I went with the RLS Legacy, which is the John Silver's ship that goes through space.
Cool. Very
Bren.
cool. That's some
Space
choice.
pirate ship.
That movie has some good animation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sarah.
In fact, I think we have a poster of that exact ship
We sure do.
floating around somewhere
In this very building, I
in
think.
this very building. Okay, my third pick is going to be the Mystery Machine from Scooby-Doo.
Like Zoink Scoob.
I don't know what it is. They never actually bothered to define it.
I mean, it's a
just
van
like,
of some sort,
it's
right?
a van. I did try and find exact specs on it, and all I got was
Oh, actually,
It's a
I think it's
van.
a Honda Odyssey.
yes.
How many Honda Odysseys fit in the Mystery Machine?
Hey, buy me a Honda Odyssey. I will get it wrapped as the mystery.
That would be pretty cool. We just show up to actual crime scenes dressed like Scooby-Doo in the game.
Excuse me, you guys need to leave.
Hang on, guys. We can solve this one.
Start trying to yank a mask off of somebody.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo was one of my favorites growing up, and I was really excited to remember that they've done a couple movies, actually. So I was like, I'm
there.
sure
A
it
lot
showed
of
up
movies,
in it.
actually.
So,
It'd be really weird if it didn't.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my goofy pick.
When I think about the trinity of Scooby-Doo animated movies that happened when I was a kid, it was like Cyber Chase, and the one in the desert with like the vampire rock band.
Oh, yeah.
And then there was Zombie Island.
You
And
know
it's
these
like,
a lot better than
I have
do.
not seen a single
Oh,
Scooby-Doo
okay.
movie.
The anime-
I
I
watched
think
the
I've
old
seen
show.
Which one? Wait a minute. Which one was the one with the Harlem Globetrotters in it? That's what I was watching when I was a kid.
Yeah. They did that in the actual show.
That's a show, yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, I don't watch any of these movies.
Yeah. And then they did a couple live action ones too.
Yeah, I was
2
thinking
or
I didn't know they had
3.
animated ones.
Yeah.
I know they had those goofy live.
Yeah, I
Well,
know
you
the
know
live
what
action ones, yeah.
reminded me is I was rewatching Futurama, and they do the spoof of that with the Globetrotters and
Yes.
George Takei.
Harlem Globetrotter, you should
Yeah.
know better.
So yeah, I was excited. I was like, oh yeah, they have movies.
Oh yeah, they have a van.
They have a van. Yes,
They do.
All right, Tom.
All right, I'm going to start my serious picks here. And I'm going to go with the, I believe it is the M4A3 76mm Sherman tank from the movie Fury.
I'm just gonna write tank. Sherman tank. Shia LaBeouf at the wheel.
He's not at the wheel. That's
It's a yoke, actually. No.
Oh, actually, Brad
Actually,
Pitt's in
it's
the
levers in a Sherman.
Isn't that the
It's-
religious guy? No.
No,
he
it's
does
the Hispanic
guns.
guy.
The Hispanic guy.
He's the famous actor. I can't remember his
Wow,
name all of a sudden.
You know, Hispanic guy.
Really
I-
Well, no, he's not the one from Fast and the Furious.
Nor is he John Leguizamo, who is
I-
the only.
From the past fame.
The problem is that I see Leguizamo's
watched-
more Italian because he was Luigi.
I was watching Tu Wong Fu recently too, and I was like,
The Zamo, baby. We could do a Zamo season.
Speaking of movies that are also a vehicle for storytelling, that one's literally the point of the movie is that they're stuck in this tank together
Yes.
as they're going.
And
Oh, yeah.
Across
it's actually
Europe.
probably one of the best war movies that I think I've ever seen. Just in terms of how realistic it is.
it is.
It is a movie that I
very
hope that we get to do
realistic,
someday.
yes.
All right.
Every single one of those characters is someone I have met
Yes.
in the military and spent time.
And
with.
actually, it's a true story. It's based on the true story of Lafayette Poole, the ace of ace for Western tankers.
There was a plot line in Call of Duty 3 that was also based on
Yes.
them.
That was a terrible Call of Duty. Jeez.
That was when I didn't play multiplayer games because I wasn't good at video games, so I just played the story of Call of Duty games. So if you need Call of Duty lore, I got
Dude,
you.
the Call of Duty single player is
Good.
probably more fun than the multiplayer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Not rage-inducing.
Right.
Yeah, anytime they do World War
It's like
II
playing
Call
a
of Duty, I buy
movie.
it.
Yeah, I think this was original
I've
Xbox
never
too,
played any
where
of
it's just
them.
They're fun.
The World War II
I
ones are
mean-
good.
Obviously, they're fun and popular. I just have never done it. Also, that actor's name is Michael Pena.
Yeah, Michael Payne, yeah.
Oh.
And to watch. That's what I was
Okay.
thinking with our Skarsgård friend.
Yep.
And
Or no, that
Ant-Man.
was the Gyllenhaal one. He did one with Skarsgård about being cops.
Obviously, Tom watches way too many movies.
He was in
Dude, that's
Ant-Man.
why we talk about movies.
All right. Well, I get my last
yes.
two picks here.
Yep.
Since I know I can now get the one I really want, I'm going to do another kind of just the story-driven vehicle, the HMS Surprise
Oh, great choice.
from Master and Commander. Russell Crowe leading his boys across the ocean
Good
to
old
chase
Jack
down.
Aubrey.
I believe they were chasing down
The Acheron.
French. Yep. They were off around South America, getting it done. It's just a great movie. I can watch that movie pretty much any time. Great soundtrack. It's a cool setting. They actually have the HMS Surprise in San Diego. You can go.
That's the one they filmed on, right?
Yes, and also it is an actual HMS ship. After they got done with the movie, Britain was like, "Hey, pretty cool. You guys honored it this way. We'll give it the actual designation as."
Oh wow!
Because there's a recreation of the ship.
Right.
And so yeah, you can go walk around on it in the that was called Navy Museum. There's a floating sea museum in San Diego Harbor. They have a Russian sub there. Got a bunch of other little boats.
Yeah, one of them is an Indiaman, I think.
Yeah, they have the Star of India there as well.
That's the one I was
Oh,
thinking
wow.
of, I think.
I spent the night on that ship as a kid, as a part of a class trip. You get to
Oh.
sleep in the hold and
That's
do all
way
kinds of,
cooler than our
cool
class
stuff.
Oh,
trips.
that's cool.
Yeah, and then for my last pick, the vehicle driven by one Brian Earl Spillner, better known as Paul Walker, 1994 Toyota Supra Mark IV.
Now, does that have the
It's
spooner
orange. It's got a big goofy wing. He races a Ferrari in it. How much does that cost? More than you can afford, pal.
How
Smoke
many
'em.
Honda Odysseys?
Well, I was thinking, how many
that-
VCRs do we have to steal?
That's the when he's you owe me a 9-second car, and they drop off the
Yeah.
burned old car. That's the one they fix up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a classic JDM hero car. They're super expensive to get now, but
Would you be able to drift it in Tokyo?
yes, they actually existed over there, so they're a lot
Oh,
cheaper.
okay.
What a defining factor of Fast and Furious.
For
Can
me,
you
yes.
drift it in Tokyo?
Can you drift it in Tokyo? It's if
Because
you're
that's
not,
your favorite one.
that's tough. It might be.
It is.
I saw that one when I was living in Japan, and I'm just walking away from it like this is a large difference. Well, 2 was really bad though, so
Oh, God, yes.
2 is the worst of the bunch. So
I thought Tokyo Drift was 2 because I didn't realize Too Fast, Too Furious was a movie.
it's
It was like
it's tough.
Oh, that's right. I always
Yeah.
forget that because all
Go watch it again.
Hard to watch.
Ejectocito, cuz. Jump a car onto a boat. Like the movies have always been absurd.
they are so much.
I mean, the first one came out when I was a child, and I was just getting into vehicles, like young teens. It's like this is the coolest thing that's ever happened. They hadn't had a car movie in a long time.
Yeah.
I guess that's true.
Certainly
yeah.
not of like
It
the
kind of
modern
started the
cars.
entire craze of people getting back into hot rodding cars and
Yeah.
stuff. So
Unfortunately, I had already seen Bullitt, and my heart belonged to the old cars.
Well, yeah, and one other movie adjacent to that one.
I think I saw that one after
What?
Fast and Furious when I started
Fair
getting
enough.
back into watching car movies.
Oh.
Even though it probably came out
the
beforehand.
killer car from.
No, not
Killer Car
Christine.
from Outer Space.
Okay.
Killer Cars from Outer Space.
I would watch
What
that
is this,
movie.
Elon Musk's
No, it's
book?
Ludacris coming back from Fast 10.
Oh gosh, spoilers for the movie Fast 10.
They go to space.
Tom, your final pick before we spoil the Fast and Furious movies again.
Yeah, in 5 they go to Rio and they rob a bank by
Whoa, stop
drifting
it,
the
stop
bank
it,
vault.
stop it.
Oh, I've heard all
That's
about
my
it.
favorite.
In
Fast
I have
Tokyo
a friend-
Drift,
the
they
physics
drift
definitely
while
don't
they're
work
in
out,
Tokyo.
but you got to let all that go. They stopped being car movies a long time
They
ago.
did. I have a British friend who loves 5, and
Yeah,
that
it's 'cause
is
it's a
the
good one.
scene.
Isn't
It's
Idris
ridiculous.
Elba a cyborg in Hobbs and Shaw? Like,
I didn't
isn't
see
that a
Hobbs
plot
I
and
of
forget
Shaw?
that those are actually. I haven't
Yeah, I was
seen those.
gonna-
'cause
that's
those
a
are
bridge
just
too far for
offshoots
me.
of a car movie.
Yeah, like
I think there's 11 total in the Fast and Furious universe or something like that now.
If there's 2 Hobbs and Shaws, then there's 12 because there's 10 Fast and Furious movies.
Oh,
there's
Jesus.
Oh,
one
then, yeah,
Hobbs
there's
and Shaw.
12.
Although
Oh.
the original's The Fast and The Furious, and then they kind of drop all that extra,
Too
right,
Fast,
because the
Too
fourth
Furious.
one is Fast and
and then they start calling them Fast 5, and then
Right.
it's like,
Oh my God. All
So
the
anyway,
names.
Tom.
All the
Tom,
names.
before we spoil yet another
All right,
Fast and Furious
I'm
movie,
going to pick a vehicle that shows up in a lot of movies that is a personal favorite of mine, but I've singled out a specific movie for it, and that is the Supermarine Spitfire from the movie Dunkirk.
airplane.
Yes, it's the quintessential World War II airplane.
Is it the one Tom Hardy is flying?
Yes, the
All them
Supermarine
Tom Hardy
Spitfire.
love.
That's the movie where I started my Tom Hardy love, weirdly, and then I backtracked from there to like The Revenant and all this stuff.
Okay.
That's such a. Anyway.
Yeah, well, you know what? You know who I am now.
he was in Inception.
He's
Yeah.
been in a lot of things.
Venom.
But I wasn't a huge
Before
fan of his
Dunkirk.
until
Venom
Dunkirk.
3.
More Venom.
I do love his.
Oh,
goofy
Too
turns
Venom,
in
Too
Venom.
Furious?
Venom Tokyo Drift.
Is that the one with Tyree?
Oh, is
All
it
right.
is it me now?
Sarah Dalton. You guys are going to make me pick from my last one. That's tough.
I'm gonna take the Batmobile.
I had it in there. I was
wait.
like,
Which one?
To be fair,
I kind of want to
picked-
give it all of them.
I did want to do all of them, but I was like, no. But I did pick one specifically from the Batman, the 1969 Dodge Charger.
Oh, that's the
Drop
one I
top
haven't
with
seen,
Adam. What's his face? Who's the original Batman from the TV
Adam
show?
West.
Adam
Adam
West. There we
West.
go. Yeah.
No.
Why did you look at me? I was stupid when I said Adam.
No, because I'm talking about the
The Robert
most
Pattinson
recent
one. Yeah,
Batman.
the one I haven't seen.
The
With,
new Batman?
The new
Yeah.
Batman.
I thought you were talking about from like 1969 Batman.
No, but they converted a 1969 Dodge Charger to be his Batmobile, and I remember sitting there watching that movie and being like, I know that car. And when I looked it up, sure enough, it's Dodge Charger.
I mean, it's exactly the kind of car you would expect a millionaire jerk to buy.
And turn into a Batmobile.
So that is the only Batmobile that I'm going to take.
Can I say which one I wanted to take?
Yes.
I wanted Michael Keaton's, like with
That
the,
was so
the big
good.
curvy,
Yeah.
stupid fucking
No.
fins on it.
It
like,
only
It's
works.
Christian Bale's
the cockpit,
Batmobile.
like, I mean,
the slide.
I'll
It
take
looks
the
like
Adam
a
West one.
submarine.
stupid jet engine on the back.
Yeah.
It's just so cheesy and cartoony. It's like they made a cartoon into real life.
Right. It
and
only
made a
works
car.
because Gotham was designed by Tim Burton in that movie.
Yeah.
It's like that's how like the only way that it fits on the street is because
I mean,
it's a cartoon.
They took the animated series one and turned it into a real car.
Yeah.
And I did have very fond memories, but the Charger one is what sold me on that.
One I would actually drive would be the Adam West one. Like if I were to like
It's
walk
a
outside
convertible.
and drive.
Yeah.
Convertible one.
Come on, Robin, hop on in.
Yeah.
You can got a Dukes of Hazzard. It really.
Oh, and the best part is that when you want to go a long distance, your face just spins at the camera and you're there.
I've got my shark repellent. I've got my other shark repellent.
You got a nun carrying a giant bomb.
It had
Yeah.
like a bunch of red
Some
trim
days you
and
just
all
can't
that.
get rid of a bomb. I love that.
You would be that Batman, though.
Yeah, I would. That would be me.
See, this is why I was like, I got to choose a specific one because
I'm not going to pick the Batmobile
everyone's gonna have a
because
Batmobile
you already picked the
version.
Batmobile.
Yeah, I mean, we could just do a round of Batmobiles.
I mean, there's enough that I was like, we all could probably pick our own.
I think
Yeah.
we all did, though, because
We
I picked the
all-
Christian Bale one.
If I got a chance to
The
pick it, I was going to
Tumblr.
argue
Yeah.
that I could get them all.
There's two I'm debating between.
Yeah, this actually ended up being a lot harder for me than I thought it was going to be.
For you guys.
Because we already mentioned the DeLorean, but I'll like that's kind of an honorable mention for
I
me
could
because it
fill
doesn't
a whole
drive the rest
episode.
of the time.
Yes.
It's just like because it travels through time, it's pretty cool.
They get in, they get out, and then they go play guitar.
Like
Oh, you guys
guitar,
aren't ready
yes.
for that yet.
I'm gonna choose. Okay, one I don't necessarily want to drive, but one that is memorable for me because I love these movies. I'm gonna choose the Ecto One, the Ectomobile from Ghostbusters.
You son of a gun.
Another
Not
classic.
that I have any more choices, but
Also, I watched Frozen Empire the other day. The other day may have been a couple months ago, which is like they've just kept making Ghostbusters movies, and they're really good.
Like live action?
Yeah,
Yeah,
And they're
they've
just
gone
like-
full circle now, and they're bringing back the old actors to like
right.
Bill Murray.
So like
is in
they
it.
did the was it Paul
Rudd.
No, Paul Feige. The
Yeah, it's Paul Rudd's in it.
no, the
The one where
2016
the
Ghostbusters
house.
one.
Yeah, where they inherit that
no,
his house.
the one before that.
Oh, okay.
The all-female Ghostbusters,
Oh, yeah,
which
the-
is
yeah,
with
that
Chris
one.
Hemsworth and
That's the one that spawned the Greatest Always Sunny episode.
which was okay, but it just didn't have like the charm of like the original Ghostbusters.
I never. I watched.
and then they
half
made
of
two
it.
since then. They're just like really good movies.
Oh,
So
I did
with Paul Rudd.
Yeah, Paul Rudd's in it
Um,
now.
and other people. But yes, highly recommend.
Murray.
So I'm going to choose the Ecto One
Okay.
Ectomobile.
yeah. I didn't. After the all female one, I was like, and this is a dead series.
Yeah, I can't remember the director that was like, but yeah.
yeah, that's a good
Ecto
choice.
one.
Good choice.
All right.
Honorable mentions.
My honorable mention, other than DeLorean, is going to be the Kaneda, the bike from Akira.
Oh,
I
yeah, I
thought
forgot
about
all
that
about
one,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, good choice.
Yeah, the only like if I wanted to complete like different types of vehicles, I have a ship, I have a spaceship, I have a car ship, and I have another car ship.
Is it from
so
James Bond?
I'll get
What
a
is
bike ship.
car ship?
I have
An
the
amphibious
Ecto one's
car.
kind of like a car
It's a
ship.
Dodge Charger, large boat.
The Aston Martin
It's a
Cadillac?
DB5 could go
1979 Monte
underwater.
Carlo.
So yeah, the Canadian bike, like we all know the scene where he's just like drifting and like
I can.
It was the first anime movie
To
that
do
like
that?
leveled me up in my anime enjoyment because I watched Dragon Ball when I was a kid and like Naruto and stuff, and then Akira was like my next step of like, oh, this anime is not just because you're a kid. Anime can be because like you're an adult too.
This is a real movie. It just happened to be cartoon.
Right? Yeah, it's a real movie. And I
Okay.
watched like this was like early 2000s, so like it came out the 80s.
Yeah.
And it's just been like so pivotal for movies in general. Like the Sonic 3 trailer just came out for the live action one, and Shadow the Hedgehog, voiced by Keanu Reeves, does the Akira slide in that trailer. So it's like it's affecting movies even now. It's incredible.
Good choice.
And I like the manga too. If it's a lot longer in the manga, if you want like a good like 6-volume read.
Okay. Yeah, I almost chose that one myself, but pick some other motorcycles.
Well, it's your choice next.
Oh, yes. Are we on honorable mentions now?
Honorable
Yes, we're on honorable
mentions.
I'm going to say, as another Steve McQueen nod, the Triumph TR6R from The Great Escape.
Yeah.
He jumps over the.
Now that's
When
the
he
Steve
hops-
McQueen
we
vehicle.
talked about
I
that
would
one
have
last
picked.
week, didn't
Yeah.
we, Tom?
Yep. And we also talked about Bullitt last week.
Yep.
Yeah, we had a similar conversation
Yeah.
yesterday. Yeah. Apparently, I've watched a lot more Steve McQueen than I realized.
Yeah, that's why you're cool.
He's got a
I am
lot
not
of
cool.
really nice cars, so that kind of.
His acting style was put me on vehicle or in
Yeah.
vehicle.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
he knew what he was good at.
his whole thing was that he would race, like he secretly actually raced and like had to hide it from the studios so they weren't panicking when
okay.
he.
Insurance, yeah.
Yeah, so he had tons of really nice cars that
Yeah.
the world would love. In fact, there's a whole story about him and the Bullitt Mustang.
There's a lot of history on the Bullitt Mustang out there.
Yeah.
My honorable mention is going to go to one of my absolute favorite films of all time. And it should be unsurprising to anybody that it is the Typhoon-class submarine from The Hunt for the Red October.
You son of a gun! I got Red October on here.
The poster's right over there on my desk.
Sean Connery is staring at us as we speak.
Yes.
That's a good one. Engage silent drive.
Yes, the Caterpillar drives. I could fill a whole podcast to talk about hydrodynamics and hydromagneto stuff. Yeah, but I won't because nobody would want to listen to that.
The ocean eats people, so I'm going to
It
say
doesn't if you're
above
respectful.
the water. Thank you. That's why I chose a pirate ship that goes in space.
I'm surprised you didn't pick any from the anime about space trains.
Galaxy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I
Whatever
wish
it
I
is.
remember the
Yeah.
name of it.
Something 999.
No, that's Interstellar 9999. That's
I
the
don't
the
remember
Daft
the name
Punk
of the
anime.
space train.
It's
one.
based off of that anime.
Is it?
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I remember reading those mangas as a kid in the mid '90s. Like,
Oh, I only knew about the Daft Punk anime.
I mean, that's all based on like the long-haired lady with the fuzzy cap.
Yeah.
They got the big train going through space.
Yeah. I'm familiar with it. I just never
Something
seen it.
nine. It's a galaxy. Yeah,
Yeah, it's definitely got Galaxy in the name.
Tell us in the comments
Yeah.
what the name of the space
who are
train
actual
anime
nerds.
is. Yes.
Unless you're not, then
If you're well, it's,
If you're not, then maybe you'll
Prove
like an
it.
anime about space trains.
if you make up a name, we won't double check you.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
we'll tell you next
the
week what the name.
310 to Nova Yuma.
Oh, that's what it is.
All right,
all right.
Brian.
This one's tough.
Since we
because
all stole various cars
Yes.
from you.
I took a submarine from him.
I'm gonna go back to the universe of my first pick, and I'm gonna take the speeder bikes from Return of the Jedi.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
Those goofy noises they were making as a kid.
Yeah.
They start involving them in everything.
Yeah, they're cool, man.
They're pretty fucking wicked.
I have the
Frickin-
Lego
I
set
like
for him.
those.
Phantom Menace was my first ever movie.
Shut it
in
down.
A theater. And so like pod racers, as I know the movie's not
I like the prequels.
great, but pod racing as a kid was just like the thing.
It was cool.
Because like I hadn't seen the originals until after I saw Phantom Menace. So it was
Unless
like
you were born in the '70s, you weren't seeing them in the theaters.
Right.
Like,
Well, I did get to see them when they did the remastered and they re-released them in the theater. So that was technically my
Same.
first.
I
but-
went to the midnight showing of the 3D re-release of the Phantom Menace.
3D.
Yeah.
Misa want to go home.
three
Misa
more
not know what
Ds
Misa
than
was
before.
thinking.
Oh,
Misa
man.
was blinded by the light.
We'll report something. We have something to report. Yeah, it's
No,
a
those-
silly movie.
I like the pod racing. I mean, they used the F1 car engines to do a lot of the noises for those.
Yeah.
Oh, did they?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then they added weird wub wubs on top
Yeah.
of them.
some reverb there.
Yeah.
And that is all thanks to Bullitt, pioneering the audio of cars over nothing.
Yes.
bringing it back full circle for you.
Can I have another honorable mention?
Yes.
All right, one more honorable mention for all of
Yeah,
us.
I'm going back around. I want the Nostromo
Oh, yeah.
from Alien.
Ooh.
Another
good
setting
choice.
ship, but just a giant.
Yeah, but it's such a class. I mean, you
It's-
know it by name.
Yeah, the whole movie happens on this ship, just running away from
It is like a character unto itself, yeah.
giant mine. And it's also not designed like a sleek spaceship. It's like a floating mining craft.
Yeah,
Like
it's supposed to be a
spaceships don't
freighter.
got to be sleek. There ain't no air to like get in the way of stuff. You can make it a floating city. That
Literally a brick, yeah.
yeah.
Good choice.
All right. That's my,
It's me again. I'm going to take the one that everybody probably thought I was going to take finally, and that is I think it's a 1985 Trans Am from Smokey and the Bandit.
Ugh.
That's my garbage car that I love.
It's
the fire chicken.
Yep.
It's
Right on the hood, baby.
fine. It's a fine car.
No, look, I admit it's a garbage car, but like, sometimes you like garbage.
Yeah.
It's the nacho
them and
cheese
Chargers,
of my car.
same level. It's just what brand are you loyal to? A now defunct Pontiac?
Yep.
Or
I love a Pontiac, baby.
that Kid Rock car.
Yep. That's the closest I will ever get to Kid Rock.
You had a nice one in Joe Dirt.
it's Dear Tay.
Dear
Stop
Tay.
trying to church it up.
I'm gonna have to do the Furiosa War Rig for my honorable. Just to circle back.
2v12s?
That's a pretty beastly vehicle.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot of fun to drive around in that. It'd be really expensive to drive around in that.
Also, you'd have to pay all those guys to chase you the whole time and just attack you. Because why else would you own this thing?
It's driving a semi truck.
Yeah, but then why not buy a semi-truck?
That's what I'm saying. What would I don't understand what would be fun to drive around in a semi truck. Just floating gears. You got 19,000 gears to go through.
I mean, get it out it's got the big shovel in the front. Get it out in the sand there and just plow things over.
I'm gonna get a snowplow for my Honda Odyssey, and we're gonna have some fun here, right in Seville.
I can't wait for the Battle Odyssey.
There's not enough snow in this state for that.
We'll get a small snowplow.
You just have a shovel
Clear my
taped to
driveway.
the
Yeah, just a shovel glued to the front of an. Yeah. All right,
Honda
Bren.
Odyssey's really good at this.
Pressure's on for your second.
No,
Yeah.
I'm running out of vehicles. Because I also used some of my honorable mentions earlier.
The DMC DeLorean.
Yeah, the DeLorean's so good.
It is.
Fine.
Take all the flux capacitors
DeLorean.
off. It's a beautiful
I'll
car.
pick it officially as an honorable mention.
Officially
It took
as
us
an
this long to get to the best time travel mechanism in all of
I mean,
movies.
Jim Varney owned one.
Besides the TARDIS, does that count?
That's not a vehicle.
Is that a?
Oh my
Why
gosh,
isn't
there
it?
that-
How is it not?
so
You can change.
the TV
There's movies, right? Is there a Dr. Who?
kind of it's a
Yeah.
direct-to-TV thing.
Was it a movie?
Look, if we gave Brian
Maybe-
Battlestar Galactica, you get the TARDIS, because those were
I
also made for TV
mean,
movies.
also the Mystery Machine. Like,
I don't know if those were made for TV. They might have had theatrical releases.
did they?
I don't know.
did.
They might have.
They did.
I don't know if they animated one.
Some
The
of them
live,
do.
the live action
The
visuals,
live
and they include mystery machines.
Yeah.
I think I haven't seen them.
I'm not picking the TARDIS only because I don't really consider the Eighth Doctor's stint as a movie. It's more of like a TV special.
I
So yeah, we could have a whole thing on Doctor Who.
Well,
Trust me.
that's me. I'll see you guys later.
What? It's got history. It's got the future. It's got now.
It's got
what more do you?
all of the least attractive qualities of the British
It's got
Broadcasting
Magic the
Company.
Gathering.
It's got Magic the Gathering.
It's got a long
the
scarf.
Sorcerer's Apprentice got Magic the Gathering. Yeah, the DeLorean, the Back to the Future movies are great.
Just the car looks so good.
The car looks good.
It does. It's not. I am aware it's not going to run.
Right.
It just looks good
It just
sitting
needs
there.
to go to
You
the
know how I feel
past
about
and
Lancia.
or the future. It doesn't need to go anywhere else.
There.
Back to the
And
Future.
also, it can be pushed by a train.
yeah, there's that one.
Name
train.
another car that can be pushed by a locomotive.
The War Rig.
Every car could technically be pushed by a train.
Yeah, but they haven't been.
That
So,
It's called getting hit by a train.
yeah, but this one survived.
if there's any vehicles that we missed, please tell us because I've been struggling with.
There's no
making
way
this
we missed
list.
any of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we
We
named
did-
every movie with a vehicle in it.
Except we didn't name the one that Tom was expecting me to, which is
Ah, yes.
Gone in 60 Seconds.
Our favorite.
I do technically have two of those on
Yep,
there.
Eleanor,
but those
baby.
were Eleanor and Stacy are the two
Yeah.
from
There's
that.
Christine, the car
There's
that
a lot
eats
of
you.
there's Christine, the car that hates you. So yeah, there's quite a few. Christine
There's
is
the-
literally a
The
car
dog
that
van
is a
from Dumb and
character.
Dumber.
I have that one. Butt cuts.
Yep.
That
Yeah.
one's on my list too.
Yeah, just let us know. Also, who won?
Didn't
and why
Ghostbusters
was it
have a
me?
car?
Let's do a recap
Okay.
of who did
Yes.
what. Bren went first. He chose the Enterprise from Star Trek Next Generation, the Aston Martin DB5, the Arliss Legacy from Treasure Planet, and the Ecto-1 from Ghostbusters.
Bam.
Sarah chose the Bullitt Mustang from Bullitt, the Mirthmobile from
Wayne's
World,
Party on.
the Mystery Machine from Scooby-Doo, and the Batmobile from
The
The
Batman.
the new one.
The new
It's
Batman.
Robert
called
Pattinson.
The Batman.
The Batman, the
vampire
Furious,
Batman.
right.
Batman Tokyo Drift.
Two Batman, two Furious.
Tom went third. He chose the Eagle 5 from Spaceballs, Training Day Monte Carlo, the Sherman tank from Fury, and the Spitfire airplane from Dunkirk, or a bunch of movies.
Yes.
I chose the Millennium Falcon, Battlestar Galactica, the HMS Surprise, and Brian Earl Spillner's Mark IV Supra.
I have to say, the one I'm the most sad I didn't get is the HMS Surprise. I should have got that one. I didn't even think of it.
I had the Batmobile circled and asterisked and signed all up until that pick right before.
I like we all had Batmobile on there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tom, did you have Batmobile on your list?
I didn't, but I would have picked a different Batmobile than you guys had picked. So
Yeah, we all had our own
yeah,
preferences there.
Yeah.
Cool. So let us know who won.
and let us know which Batmobile is your favorite.
Whoever you want to have
Yes.
to eat a Whopper.
Oh yeah.
Please be
I
brave.
will,
Do
buy
not
one,
pick
I will
me.
buy one for them.
I do not want a Whopper.
You should do two separate answers: one for who should eat a Whopper, and one for who actually won the episode.
No. They have to go together. I'm sorry.
It'll be the saddest Whopper.
Yeah. The beginning of the next episode will be someone just like sadly eating a Whopper in a corner somewhere.
We
I would
we
be
won't start
sad to eat
until you finish it on camera.
Oh God,
Can I customize the Whopper?
Can I
Or
cry?
Can I get it from McDonald's?
gonna make it uncomfortable for all of us.
Gonna watch
Heavy
you.
eye contact.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not gonna chew
Join
it.
us next time where we'll be broadcasting from the back of a Honda Odyssey,
Yeah, captain's
Hopefully.
chairs.
and we're gonna watch the movie
The Great
Odyssey.
Gatsby.
Gatsby.
The newer Great Gatsby, not the Robert Redford one.
Yes, the 2013.
It's
Great
got
Gatsby.
Leo. It's got Spider-Man. It's got other people.
That woman is famous from it.
And make
Sure.
sure to
I'm
visit
just blanking on who it is.
theendgames.co and
Oh,
check out our
The
events
Endgames.
list and cool new products.
Games.co. Oh, speaking of new products,
HeroScape.
Yeah, we got a new miniature,
HeroScape.
new old miniatures game this week. HeroScape. Sarah's just like, oh gosh, what is happening?
Well, I put the outro scene, so you guys have literally been talking with the outro scene this whole time.
Nuts.
Perfect.
Forgot to talk about HeroScape.
So
Just
I
fade
guess
us
keep
out.
Sarah's getting some
listening.
practice in.
Just fade us
That's
out.
great.
Can we fade back in? Is that an option? I don't know how technology works, but HeroScape.
Just use this as the beginning of the next episode.
I don't know anything about HeroScape, but it looks heckin' cool.
Just reset. Hey, Bren, it's been a while since I've seen you.
And I'm getting the thumbs up from Jacob in the corner.
The box is large.
Large
Do
box.
you like rolling dice and moving miniatures and varied terrain and painting things? We've got the game for you.
HeroScape?
Go fight in Valhalla with all the
It's
other
kind
dead
of like
people.
a reboot because this is a game that came out
It is apparently
late
you're in
90s?
Valhalla and it's just everybody that's died exists there.
Yep.
Oh,
and
sweet.
then you fight.
And
Yep.
That's why if you
punch
buy one of
people.
our box sets, you get Sergeant Alexander Drake, who is a World War II soldier with a jetpack and a katana.
as like a promo.
I'm sorry.
What the heck? That's cool.
And he comes with his case.
The one story I'll tell about old HeroScape is that one of the better units in the old game was like the Massachusetts Colonial Infantry from the Revolutionary War, and it
Oh
was
my God.
tournament meta defining for years.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, join us.
Oh, there's tournaments in meta?
There was for the old game, yeah.
Check out HeroScape. It's one of the many miniatures games we've been getting to here in the shop, along with Infinity was another one that's been really popular for us. So if you want to try a miniatures game that's not necessarily Warhammer, though Warhammer's cool.
Yeah, you don't even got to build these ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
HeroScape
And it has its own terrain.
Infinity.
Cool. All right, you can fade us back out.
Are we
Oh,
sure?
wait, fade us back in.
No, hang on, I got one more.
All right,
thing.
now fade us
All right,
back
love you
out.
guys.
All right, goodbye.